Hey y'all. So today I decided to tell my story. Well, I was informed that it's time for me to tell my story. So this is my story on when I first awakened on my journey. Okay, so when I first awakened, I was a bit nervous, okay, because like everybody else, everybody was religious, and here I am stepping into the spiritual world. Okay, what I was always taught and told that was wrong and was bad and it was evil and it was of the devil. I was scared as fuck. Okay, because I had already knew that I was gonna be judged harshly. When nobody was gonna believe me and so on, so on. But the divine informed me that I was on the right path to keep going. So I listened to the instructions that I was given. So I kept going on my journey, you know, and on my journey, I started asking the necessary questions. You know, Most High, who are my enemies? Most High, who is this? So I started having real vivid dreams, okay? I had the first vivid dream of him trying to kidnap me, okay? This is how I knew the plans that was going on behind my back. I saw the woods. I saw who it was. I saw the officer, the dirty officer. Divine was showing me all the players that was involved constantly every time I dreamed. Yeah, so they had a plot against my life to kidnap me, give me X traffic up out of here over this money that I had no idea about. Okay, my brother was murdered brutally. Okay, and apparently he left me something on an insurance policy that I knew nothing about. But I kept speaking constantly about my brother passing because it wasn't natural, even though they marked it as it was natural. It was nothing natural about that, okay? They covered it up. They covered up a lot of shit, but I still was speaking out about it. So, bam, that's where the first that I knew bounty on my head came from. When you go through something like this so harshly, you have to laugh, you know, to keep from crying because this some painful ass shit that these people decided to put me through. Not to note that my family has been attacking me since I was a child, okay? And I didn't know it because I was asleep. I didn't notice until I woke up. So then I started dreaming. Show me my enemies. And it was my old workplace, the whole entire plant. I dreamed about everybody up in that bitch. And I was like, damn. And but that one person with that evil spirit on the face was the one that started all of this. That was telling folks that I was just this evil witch and I do witchcraft and oh Lord, telling what all was said about me behind my back, but that wasn't even who I was. I don't do witchcraft. I do a whole lot of protection work. I do a whole lot of healing work. But as far as me doing witchcraft to take people out, that's not me. That's this evil court group that has came against my life. Okay. They're trying to make like that I'm the one that's doing the shit when in reality they have been attacking me and my family for years. When I woke up to it, I was trying to tell my family, tell my mama why she was here, but she loved her family, her sisters, her brothers, and she didn't believe it because who wanna believe that your own family is trying to take you out, cursing your life? You know what I'm saying? They cursed my life. This is the reason why I was so hot in the ass. This is the reason why a lot of stuff was ending in my life, and they was trying to make like just because I became spiritual, I was doing stuff behind the scenes, and I took my own mama out. The woman that I changed my whole entire life for to make sure she was straight. I took a major pay cut. It was never about the money, okay? I didn't care about the money. All I cared about was making sure that my mama was straight. And I took care of her for years, for many years. When nobody else was there, I was always there, okay? And this is why she's fighting so hard for me in the spiritual realm, okay? Because she don't appreciate the shit that this family has put us through. Because it's just not me that they put it through. They put my whole entire immediate family through this, all over jealousy, greed, and envy, okay? So, nobody believed me, okay? I started losing friends. I lost damn near everybody, which I knew this was gonna happen because they be so religious, and here I am spiritual. I'm defining norms. I was called and I answered my calling. So everybody decided to join forces together to try to tear me down and destroy me. Because I can see beyond the veil. I can see them for the real devils and demons that they truly are. So I'm a threat to their lies. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell the truth. And that's what they hate. They hate the fact that I tell the truth. So they wanted to destroy me. And the best way to destroy me was attacking my mother. Okay? And that's they thought when they took my mom out with the dark magic, okay, because this was this evil court that came against me because my family went to get protection from me. And I had them protected with the best protection there is from the divine. And they goes to a court to get protection from me. So this court attacked my family, not knowing that they still attacking their ass too. They go get the protection from a court that's ending up still attacking their ass. It don't make sense. That shit right there, it don't make sense to me. But so they felt like if they took my mom away, that it would stop me from speaking, telling my truth, because I was not verbally speaking my truth. I was writing it, I was doing my little paragraphs and stuff at first, but now I really started using my voice after they took my mom, okay? Because that was just it for me. It was time for me to speak up instead of writing it down. But they felt like if they took my mother, that it would stop me from speaking and stop me from exposing truths. And I say every organization worked against me, okay, to try to stop me from speaking. They did everything to destroy me by taking my mom, and it felt like if they took my mom, I would stop speaking, that I would lose my mind, I would go crazy, and I would just take myself out. That's what they plans was, but it had an opposite effect because that was my heart. Like, then I have aunties and uncles at the funerals putting on shows and fronts like they was there and they have never been here. Tried to make like my mother wasn't happy, and my mother was happy. And I noticed when I was going to the doctors how they was asking questions, so I knew then that they was trying to set me up for something. That whole day was just fucked up, okay? When the ambulance came, wasn't no lights on, sirens on. It was like they was already prepared to take a life instead of saving a life, okay? And then the op is questioning me like what happened, like he's doing a murder investigation, okay? Like everything was really fucked up about that whole day. And I saw it all. I saw it with my third eye. They was trying to frame me for taking my own mama out. The woman that I loved and changed my whole life for to make sure she was straight. All because they wanted me to shut up and stop speaking and exposing their dark, dirty secrets and truths about what's really go on in this corrupt ass city. Okay? And that is truly sad. And it's still so fucking painful to me. I really don't like talking about it, but Divine is encouraging me to just tell my story. Tell my story. But yes, this same little evil court group attack my family, okay? Attack my mom and my aunties involved. When I say family involved, yes.